How do you eat well during these strange quarantine times, right? That is the question. And if quarantine has you questioning how to eat well and stay healthy, then you guys are in for a special treat. I am so excited. Cici Cheney here, and I'm so excited to have the pleasure of hosting the one and only celebrity chef, Andre Carthen, today, as he's going to share some of his top tips for staying for positive eating during these challenging times. So thank you
Yes.
so much for being here today, Chef Andre.
Well, it's my pleasure, and thank you so much for having me on behalf of Kathy Ireland and Kathy Ireland Worldwide, our entire team. Thank you for this because it is so important to eat well and to eat, as I say, to be in a positive, eat positively during this time. And it's a rough time, for a lot of people.
It is. It's a rough time, and there's a lot of negativity out there. So I was really excited when you agreed to do this because people could use just some positive energy and some positive information out in the social media land. So you wanting to do this is so great. So before we dig into questions, I do want people to make sure they know just who we've got here, right? We've got the one and only Chef Andre, right? AKA the Fit Chef, which I love. You guys know how much health and wellness is and how important that is to me. He has
Absolutely.
actually been featured in Kathy Ireland's book, Real Solutions for Busy Moms, Your Guide to Success and Sanity, and Janet Jackson's first book, the New York Times #1 bestseller, True You, where he contributed
Yes.
over 30 recipes for a healthy meal plan. And at the end of this live, I am actually going to be doing a raffle in the morning for one of those two books. So if you are somebody who would love to learn more from Chef Andre, then you're going to want to share this out so more people can get his positive message today. Okay. So beyond those books, I mean, he's incredible. It'll probably take me all day to go through his entire list of accolades, right? And all the things that he's
Maybe
done.
half a day, not all day, maybe half a day.
It'll take me at least half a day then, right? He's so modest, right? But among some of the things that he's done, he is the only African American to be appointed to the Nutrisystem Success Chefs Council. He's had guest chef appearances on St. John's Hospital's Gala Beyond the Stars, at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, Disney's California Adventure Food and Wine Festival, the Palm Desert Food and Wine Festival as well. And he's been on, I mean, so many shows, guys, so many media things. He's like all about putting his message out there and helping you live a healthier life. Everything from Access Hollywood and Anderson Cooper and the Today Show and the Hallmark Channel. I mean,
Oh,
literally, I could
stop.
go on. Did I stop?
Yeah, stop,
I'll
stop.
stop. Okay, we could go on all day, half a day, right? But we
Half a
won't
day,
because
yes, half a day.
Chef Andre has some stuff that he wants to share with you today. And so let's go ahead and dig in. As I mentioned, you were featured in Kathy Ireland's book, Real Solutions for Busy Moms, Your Guide to Success and Sanity. And during these crazy times, right, moms are out there trying to figure out, how do I balance sanity and how do I balance success and have these kids running around the house? What tips, what advice do you have for busy moms who are trying to survive quarantine and feed their families?
Right. Well, thank you for that. And that's really funny because, I think the moms now, so many moms, all the parents, moms and dads who have children at home have a greater appreciation for teachers.
Yes.
I believe that when the teacher calls and says, I need to have a teacher parents conference, that they will indeed show up now. And I think the parents now will be calling the teacher going, I need to have a parent teacher conference to find out how you deal with this, how best to deal with this. But I would have to say, one of the things I've learned, one of the great gifts that I learned from Kathy is, and she shares this with so many busy moms and so many people throughout their lives. She said, when you get on the plane and they say, in case of emergency, and this indeed is an emergency,
Yeah.
they say, put on your oxygen mask first. And that's no more befitting today than any other time in history, that we're all required to wear these masks. So when you put on your own mask first, and I share this quite often with so many people, you have to take care of you first before you can take care of your family. And unfortunately, with your family on top of you 24/7 now, that becomes increasingly harder to do.
Yeah.
So I try to share with people that when we talk about food and nutrition and positive eating, it's not just that. Kathy and I, one of the things we totally agree on, that your diet is your daily intake. It's not a fad. It's not, I'm going to lose weight for my wedding. I'm going to lose weight for this. That's something else. But your diet is what your food intake is daily. And so it starts in the morning, even before you eat. I say, take that moment. Probably the only moment you have right now is when you get in the shower or when you're in the restroom, that, take that moment to a couple deep breaths, relax, get started on your day, settle in, because we start like this. You got kids coming at you, you've got, your emails are up to here. You got to just take a moment and go, just let me breathe. Now, what am I going to plan for today? What's the best way to get through the day? Most that are in African Americans have a sense of high blood pressure. There's all kinds of diabetes, things like that. So we know that there's certain things we should eat, not eat. Our salt intake should be down. So take that moment in the morning to remind yourself, not so much salt. Let me, look at foods that are part of the low glycemic index, which are foods that burn slower throughout the day, the carbs that are more important to you, that are healthier to you. So that's eating in a positive way. So start your day positively,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let those kids get me down. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna say that alcohol that I really want for this evening, I may wait until Friday. I'm not really, just set those things in the course of your day. Remember, let's just breathe, because this too shall pass at some point. So let's just breathe, and then let me plan my menu accordingly. There's a great thing I love to do. It's called veggie baked eggs, and it's in Janet Jackson's book. That it's just put the eggs in there, cut up some vegetables. You can have your kids help you. That's a great way to get kids to learn to cook, especially right now. You chop up those vegetables, you spray your pan, put a little cheese in there, some mushroom things that they like to eat, crack an egg in there, put it in the oven, 350 for about 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most. Check it. Got little bite-sized eggs that they love, their little hands can use. And that's a great way to start your day. So you go, that's easy. Breakfast is done in 30 minutes. Everybody's comfortable, everybody loves it, and then you move on from there. So always put on your mask first, take care of you first, and then move out the day.
I love that. So setting some intention in the morning, taking care of you first, getting the kids involved when you can. Those are all some really good tips that you've already sort of shared today. This is great. Now, I was literally on a call with a mom earlier today, and she was actually telling me her food budget has gone crazy since this transition. The kids are home, they're eating like crazy. Any tips for moms who want to eat healthy, they want their kids to be healthy, but they're really worried about that budget?
Right. Aren't we all, for that matter? Yeah, I don't blame you. There's a couple of tricks in the grocery store. Remember, the high price stuff is right at eye level, and it's done that purposely. So you go, oh, that name brand is what I want, and that's right there. The foods that are a little lesser in cost, a little lower. So look down, go for the generic, because quite often the generic's made by the exact same company. They just don't put a label on it. They put the store label on it. So go for the store brands. If you're doing the produce, certainly go for fresh vegetables. There's nothing wrong with the frozen. Most of the frozen is frozen instantly, so it carries as much nutrition as the fresh does. So you can find deals on that, especially when the store has a sale. Whatever, it's 2 packs of frozen strawberries for $2.50 or whatever it may be. Go ahead and go for that. If you want to eat fresh, organic, it's not always, as we know, cost effective. And there are certain things that are better organic and less. Those that have a let's say more of appeal to them, more of a covering, like a pineapple, doesn't need to be organic. Because nothing's really getting through that. There's certain things that, apples, those are great. Some things that have a rougher appeal to skin don't always need to be nutritious. You don't need to be organic to enjoy.
Okay, that's a really great tip. Thank you for that.
Yeah, look for those sales.
Yes, look for those sales. I know when the quarantine first went on, people were like running to the canned goods. So I love that you shared it. It's okay to go and you can still get some fresh by getting some frozen.
Absolutely. Yeah. The canned stuff, you have to be careful because they add the syrup to it. They add the sugar to it. So if it's light, go for that. If it's canned tuna, go for the water or the oils. Just be careful. Just really read the label for the sodium and the fat content.
Great tips. Okay, so another question that I've been seeing around a lot, people are stressed out right now. Like the world is looking really, really different. And we're wanting comfort foods, but we still want to eat kind of healthy. What sort of tips do you have for mood boosting comfort foods that we can enjoy right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I've seen a couple of YouTubes where, it's a joke and they're saying, thank you for all these wonderful foods, but make sure they keep the snack foods coming, the crunchy things. Because we always go to the fat, the carbs, it's those things. I find that if you, to stay healthy, what you need to do is have a healthy intake of omega-3s, the fatties, which you find in salmon and mackerel and sardines and things like that. Those are important because those help to kind of block, and they're very good with decreasing depression and helping with the moods and stuff like that. So, read up on things like that. But if you want to do something like that, do there's a lobster mac and cheese, do a salmon mac and cheese. Add salmon to that, add fresh spinach, healthy greens, leafy greens are always good for you. They're always good for mood boosting. So if you do something, you want to do that really, really healthy comfort food, like I said, a salmon mac and cheese. There's nothing wrong with doing that old fashioned fried chicken. Make it baked fried chicken with greens, cornbread, and probably one of the healthiest vegetables for you is the sweet potato. So instead of doing that candy yams, do a baked sweet potato, do baked sweet potato fries. Things like that are healthy for you, and they're mood enhancing, and they keep it so that you're not getting all that fat. The fat, those snacks that we love to eat, all that kind of it weighs you down, which then brings your mood down, which then brings your whole, your whole outlook down. So you're like, why can't I move? What could have been that ice cream you had last night? It could be, that box of whatever snack that you had just knew you shouldn't have had. The box of donuts, all that, those empty calories and carbs that you don't need, but really go for the healthier things. Leafy greens, sweet potatoes, fatty acids, omega-3s, things like that.
I love that. I actually read an article, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and they were saying Americans in quarantine are running towards junk foods, like the stock prices of all of the junk brands were going sky high, and it's like, we get it, you're stressed, but I mean, look at these great tips Chef Andre's giving us today. Get those omega-3s and get those leafy greens. I'm always preaching leafy greens on here. I know you get tired of hearing it, but you heard it from a personal chef here today, right? A celebrity chef, and he's saying I'm right. So you are
right. And our parents were right. They always said eat your your fruits and vegetables. I'm like, but the doctors don't tell you go out and have steak every night. They say eat your fruits and vegetables. Some are better for you than others, but that really is the way to go.
That's right. And you can combine some of these tips that he's sharing with you, right? You can go and get some of the frozen if it's going to save you some bucks here, and you can substitute the baked for the fried. So he's giving you guys some really good goodies here, right?
Thank you.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, one of the things that I loved about Kathy when I first met her, when I walked into her house, on the table, instead of what we all have is like snacks and stuff, but she had, it was like trail mix. So nuts, grapes, put out a big bowl of grapes. When kids walk by, they're like, people snack. You're much better doing the big thing of grapes, of the seedless, black, red, green, got some color in there, and you cannot go wrong with color. Okay?
Yeah.
So I say, ain't nothing wrong with color, baby. So, and all the color you can to your diet. And the kids come by, if they're snacking on grapes, you don't feel bad. You're like, oh, they're eating fresh fruit every day. You don't put that out there. That's better for them than reaching for a cookie. Hey, can I have a cookie? Not that cookies are horrible for you, they're just not the best things for you,
Yeah. And right, what you see in front of you is what you're going to grab first. By having those grapes and those healthy snacks right out front, your kids are going to be like, yeah, I'll have some of that, because they don't see the cookies right at first. So that's a really great tip.
All right.
So I actually watched a YouTube video of yours recently, and you shared a little tip about couples doing a little date night at home to keep the flame alive, because these are some strange times, right? What advice or tips do you have for couples who might want to try a little quarantine date night?
Well, thank you for that, because it is important. It is important because when you've got so much on you right now, there's so much pressure in you, and you may just be with each other 24/7, it's important, even before then, to get out and go for a walk when you can, to exercise. If you're at home, one of the things it's my favorite thing to do, and I ask people this all the time, what is the very first thing you do in the morning? And people say, oh, I pray, or I go to the bathroom and I do this, or I go, what is the very first thing you do in the morning? And most people say, I don't know, I get up. I said, you're right, you do. You sit up, roll on the floor, keep doing those sit-ups, do a little crunches. You'll be
Love it.
surprised. You know, if you roll to the floor and did 25 little crunches, one, it will help you go to the bathroom faster and easier. Two, it would get that energy going. You said, wow, I started my day with 50 crunches. I started exercising. That will help with your diet. That will help with your libido for your little date night. That will just help you, your mood. That would help all those things. That will just kind of all fall in line. Then once you got in the shower, you're okay, I'm ready to start my day. I've started with fitness. I've kind of planned my menu. I've done those things. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We've been stressed. It'd be nice to have a little one-on-one time, a little, you know, a little romance, a little something. My suggestion for that is to do what you would do if you went out. Maybe start with a little cocktail. On Friday nights, I've been trying to do a Friday night happy hour live on Facebook. And it's just about a different cocktail. You know, so let's try a martini tonight, or let's try something different and have fun doing that together. I went somewhere once and they had done a like a peanut butter chocolate martini, like a Reese's martini. Okay, not the healthiest thing for you, but if you're only having one, it's fun to do that together. You're okay. Yeah. Find that recipe. Let's call the restaurant and ask them what's in it, because you know some of the restaurants are still open. They're doing to go items. So you look it up and find out. And you know, I've done that before. It's fun to do. My favorite new drink, it's an aviation. They call it the Pretty Martini because it's lavender and purple and it has a dark brandy cherry in it. And when you see it, it's gorgeous. You're gonna go, wow. And before all this happened, going out, I'd order them and they're like, what's that? Oh, that's the Pretty Martini. Because it's beautiful. So, you know, start that way. Make a little cocktail together. If you don't drink, have a mock cocktail. And then do a fun appetizer. You make it small. Sometimes you can do things like, you can even do like a little quesadilla with shrimp in it, or a little quesadilla with basil and just a different flavor. Very small things to do. And make it simple. Have it together. Give the kids their time. They put on a movie for them. Give them some popcorn or whatever. Send them in the other room, or if it's bedtime after they've gone to bed. But really make that time for yourself. Do a little cucumber or a red bell pepper shooter, little soup thing, a little cold, right? It's getting warmer. So do a gazpacho type thing, make a little small salad. You can do it, just plan ahead.
Okay.
And it's important to do those things. You know, they say the most romantic thing is finger food. Do like melon wrapped in prosciutto, you know, and just kind of fun, a little salty, sweet. And so, you know, feed each other, or just enjoy being with one another, because we don't really have that time, that alone time anymore. So It's fun to do that. And people are now doing that via Zoom. You know, people that are dating, they're actually dating on Zoom.
Yes, I've seen that.
And this is what we're going to do tonight. What did you make? I'm going to make this, and let's toast. Have our little martini and toast each other, and be in separate quarters, but still appreciating each other's time.
I love that.
Yeah.
So many incredible tips. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I am going
to
start wrapping up. I don't want to spend too much more of your time here, but I'm sure people are going to watch this video and they're going to be like, I need some more of Chef Andre. He's so fun and he's got such great tips. And how can they find you? Where can they learn more about you?
Thank you so much. They can always find me at kathyireland.com. They can find me on Facebook, Andre Carthen. I'm on Twitter, Chef Andre, Instagram, ACS_Chef Andre. So yeah, I reach out to me at any time, you know, day or night. We're, you know, with the internet, we're 24/7. So I always get messages. And it's surprising, I get messages sometimes at midnight. They go, hey, dude, what did you say about date night? What did you say? Or I'm picking this because they may be on a different time. And, you know, if I don't answer, hit me back again on one of those mediums, but certainly always at kathyireland.com.
Awesome. And he's not kidding, guys. I literally reached out to him on LinkedIn. This is how we got this connection.
Yes.
He's so approachable, such a nice guy. So absolutely follow him. Of course, I mean it too. And I'm going to get those links and I'm going to drop them in the comments, in the description, so everybody can see those, and they can get to you so that they can do that. But I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. I know I said in the beginning, on behalf of Kathy and Kathy Ireland Worldwide, we appreciate, you know, you doing and being positive, because it is a time where so many stressful things are happening, and it's important for us to stay positive and happy. You know, I know this is airing now, so happy Mother's Day. It's coming up, and you know, it's important. It's very important to remember our moms and to remember what's going on. And, you know, as moms get up every day and get their children going, get their families going, this too shall pass. And tomorrow will be another day, a brighter day. So stay healthy to everyone, please do. And check us out. And, you know, we've got some new kitchen hacks that are happening. So check out Kathy Ireland, GKC, KI, Kathy Ireland Worldwide, I believe it is, or GKC Kitchen Hacks. But check us out. We got a lot of things happening.
Awesome, awesome. So if you got some value today from Chef Andre, which I'm sure you did, drop some nuggets for us down in the comments. And if you feel like somebody in your life could benefit from this message, go ahead and share this video. And I am going to be doing a drawing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for someone who does share this video out so that you can get some of one of the books that Chef Andre talked about today. So
absolutely.
Yes, I'm so excited for that. And otherwise, we look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Ciao.
Take care. Thank you.